Yo, yo, Leo. I'm going to do a little reading here for what's to come when the Lionsgate opens tomorrow on 8/8/2018. Supposed to be a big event. Let's see. We can find out. Something I just recently heard about, by the way. I only heard of the film production company before, but so many hidden mysteries to the world, right? It's pretty significant to me too, because that eclipse just hit me really hard, right on my moon. Alright, so we've got the Fool reversed. So, this guy, Holly Golightly, male, um, super, super, you know, exuberant. Think of like a Sagittarius. Very like outgoing, engaging, but is pretty aloof. Isn't always aware of what's ahead. But because he's looking so far in another direction, or he's distracted, but he has other insights. Hence the sun shining on him, blessing him. He's a pure individual, um, but sometimes you have to be a little grounded to make decisions, and the fool doesn't necessarily make the best decisions. So, um, reversed, it means like to the nth degree. Um, you're just really, really not living super wise at the moment. There's a lot of energy going around where you're kind of being pushed to make decisions, and you're just not wanting to. You're looking in a completely different way, but not in a helpful way. You're just kind of like not realizing what you need to do, basically. Um, and it could be exacerbating some interesting emotions too. Just simply put, foolishness. Alright, let's see what else we got. My first ever video, by the way, so take it easy on me, please. Okay, so this guy jumped out. So Knight of Pentacles. He is on a mission, as are all knights. They're served to protect a realm or to go out on a duty, to be an envoy, a messenger, to carry news or some kind of a trade or bargain. So this is, you've either put yourself on this position, or maybe someone at work has kind of set you out in a new direction, giving you a chance to move forward, to grow, whether that's in your current job or going out to greener pastures and finding something completely different. But this is awesome, though. Got it, face up. So this will be a journey nonetheless. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to return. That's not decided. A knight is a very noble person, so typically he does, but you make your own journey. Whereas a page is going out just on his own, completely in a new direction. A knight has a purpose, but you still learn things along the way. So this kind of tells me that, going in a new direction, but you're going to be bringing back some insights for sure, and definitely some money. So this could be a work trip, where you receive a promotion, something like that, heading in a new direction work-wise, financially. Two yellow cards so far. Bright and sunny Leo. We like to see that. Coming out of this freaking Cancer season. Was it as bad for you guys? Let's see what else we got. Okay. Ooh. Alright, so we've got another knight here. Oh, sorry, it's backwards. So the Knight of Cups. So this guy, all right, so 2 nights. Lots of journeying to do, lots of soul seeking, um, finding out what your true mission is, because maybe you are very unsure and you just have to go in a direction to find out. Um, Knight of Cups is opposite of Pentacles. This is material wealth. This is possession, spiritual abundance. Cups is emotion, the subconscious, connecting to something more spiritual, um, in a sense, and having that being more fulfilling. It can also mean love as well. So, work and love, simply put, going out and finding a new way of expressing your emotions, um, is going to bring you some kind of self-love. We don't see another person in this card. It's you. You're going places. You're taking that emotion with you, but to greener pastures. Maybe this river down here is where you can finally empty it or let go of it and continue on that journey. Okay, and step into the financial abundance. Um, so wherever you're going, you're taking something that you haven't been able to let go of. Um, but like I said, the knights, they choose what they kind of want to do because they're out on their own. They're not answering to anybody. They have a sworn duty and stuff, but the world has endless possibilities, and so these are venturing out, going in a new direction. So you may not always return home if that's not what you truly want to do. You could really find yourself. And the Knight of Cups I drew with the Chariot and the Death card. Um, don't get scared. I know we all get scared when we see this card. Huge transformation card. Let me show it up close. So you see the death and then the new life, the children, the spiritual guide, maybe the Hierophant. It's a little differently covered, so maybe not exactly him, but turning into a new form of spirituality, spiritual transformation, hence the path that's laid out, in the distance with the sun behind it. It's beckoning you onward. Okay, you're letting go of where you've come up to this point, so you can begin a fresher start with less baggage, and really turn into something a lot stronger. Okay, it's stripping you down so you can build yourself back up. It's a good thing. And we got the reverse Chariot. Okay, so Chariot is similar in a way almost to the knights. You see him, he kind of looks like a knight himself, and he's, in front of the castle. So the home is a sanctuary. Chariot's represented with Cancer. We have that hard exterior and then that soft inner exterior, that duality, just like, the sign before it, Gemini. Um, what's going on here is it's really, really impacting you in your most natal place, and that is your home, wherever it may be. Internally, this journey, this call to begin again is really, really hitting you hard. Um, and that Lionsgate is just going to open up so many possibilities if you're willing to go the distance. If you take a few steps forward and you come back, like the Noble Knight, it may not necessarily benefit you right now because that's not what the Death card does. This is just a whole new beginning, and that's kind of plays what into I said with the Knights and choosing a new path for yourself, even when one may be already laid out before you, or you may feel like you have to finish some sort of mission that's already been presented. Um, I don't know, like it's really, really up to you how far you're willing to go and how big of a change you're willing to make. So, ooh, let's keep going here. Sorry, I'm getting out of breath. This is definitely inspired by Amber Khan, the amazing tarot reader. I follow her. She's awesome. I've been doing tarot for a few years, but I've never come across anything on it on YouTube, and suddenly like there's this whole new world that's kind of presented itself on me, and now I'm like, whoa, this is why people are raving about YouTube for so long, because previously I just used it to watch ASMR and Fail Army, so kind of had some narrow prospects on there, but this is really, it's really been helpful for me, and I hope stuff like this helps you guys. You always make your own decisions, so don't let the cards tell you how to live your life. Just let them kind of give you a little more guidance, a little more peace of mind that things are really happening, kind of like as crazy or as not crazy as you think they are. Just, you know, just do everything in small doses. Nothing done to an extreme is ever healthy, right? Lionsgate. Where will this journey take us? It's a long journey. Okay. We're going to go with this guy, the Emperor. So, not necessarily King or Queen of Wands, which is usually what you see for a Leo, but the Emperor is charging ahead. Look at that. He is in full-bodied armor, even though he's reached his throne, so he never backs down from a fight. He's always prepared. And, you know, just like a ram, he's willing to go head-on in whatever direction he needs to keep that power. It'd be a little scary, hence like the red and the mountains, and you know how intimidating he can be. You know, Aries, they just go for it, and it's, you know, it's really a pure going for it because they do come first, kind of like children. They just can't be ignored. They're just gonna go in that direction without kind of any other thought. Once they pick that direction, that's it. They're gonna charge. So it's kind of like being headstrong. I think what it's telling Leos right now is just go for it. I mean, you don't have to be a dick about it. You don't have to be egotistical or anything. I don't think that's what this card represents. I think this card is just action, a plan of action, a call of action. Make something happen, because so much is getting transformed, you know, and you have to put in that effort. It's not just going to take care of itself. So when you feel that urge or inkling that you need to do something, cross it off your list. Just go for it. It doesn't have to be the perfect time or how you envision it. Just start doing. I think that's what this guy is. Let's see if we got anything else. And happy birthday, by the way. If you've already had your birthday, happy belated. For those still coming up, hopefully this Mercury in retrograde isn't going to leave us without a way of moving into this new chapter. Hence car trouble, but I've seen a lot of it. Lots of wrecks, lots of just like weird traffic lights not working. You know, we're having to kind of reconvene. You can only go so far ahead before you have to look back. So that's kind of what this is about. I know this is a big time of transformation, but don't make, you know, the biggest decisions of your life, or don't sign any like huge documents right now without like true clarity. But at least get to the point where you're ready to decide once Mercury comes out of retrograde at the end of August. You know, have some further insights of where you're headed. Start looking. Here we go. Okay. So, this guy, so he is the 7 of Wands, or or staves, however you want to say it. Fire energy wands. So this guy, as you can see, we got him reversed, which we'll get into. But this guy, he's on a hill, or he has the higher ground. Okay, so all these other wands are coming at him. He's having to defend himself on his ground, but technically he has the upper hand. So in a lot of ways, this card means that whatever you're doing, you you always try to have integrity. You try um, to do the noble thing, the right thing, like a Leo does. It's not always easy. We get very powerful antagonisms because we kind of have to be that leader, that father archetype that kind of guides others, and stands in the face of oppression and doubt, and really owning that sun, that strong strength within us. And that's what this card is doing, even against all odds. You have you and your sense of morality, and justice, has saved you from already being beaten down. And they can only aim high for so long before they tire. So hold on. Justice will out, right? Now reversed isn't the best thing. I don't like to see this card reversed. um, when that happens, that's kind of like maybe you're putting yourself in a position where you're becoming defensive, um, and you're not moving forward. You're kind of playing the victim, maybe, kind of like I think it's the Ten of Wands, where he's just surrounded, looking very skeptically around. And this isn't. I don't like to see it reversed, basically. So I've always gotten it this way. And then just recently, it's been starting for me too. I am a Leo, so um, I guess it makes a lot of sense. But try to step out of that frame of mind. Try to step out of like being the powerful one, and becoming too involved in things that aren't worth your while, where you are going to have to put more and more of your effort into. I think that's what this is reverse, is kind of getting involved where you need not be, and really you need to focus more on yourself. Okay, let's see if we've got anything else to say. Okay. Ooh, here we go. So a page. So I kind of mentioned a page before. Sorry, this reverse thing. Page of Wands is similar to a knight, but like I said, a knight is sent on a mission. Someone's going to kind of push you in that direction. Page of Wand is just going out on his own. It's kind of like here, it almost looks like a walkabout or like a spiritual journey. You're going forward. Doesn't matter the direction. You've got your staff. You've got your protection. You're dressed to impress. You're wearing your regality, another fire energy there, and you're going to a place of expression. That desert is not a very suitable climate. It's very arid, but how much more rewarding once you get through the desert to your destination will that tough journey be? So that's really, really, and the wands are great because you see there's always leaves at the top or budding stems. That's showing that growth. That's like the fire signs are all about spiritual growth. That's how they become leaders, is leading by example, and carving that path, showing the way for others to follow. Like that person with the staff usually is leading the way, and the others follow. So that's again showing that they're kind of like that sun energy, that fire, that passion, that drive, all of those elements. So this is great. This is going into the blue background, isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's moving away from that bright and sunny yellow, to a blue is more of a calm. So this is more of finding that inner the inner peace, where you want to go. Um, when you're out by yourself in the wilderness, you're looking within, um, and no one else is really impacting your decisions, which can be a good thing, just as long as you enter it into a strong frame of mind. So we've got to get out of this to really enjoy the prospects of this. Okay. I also drew it with the Eight of Cups reversed. So Eight of Cups is moving, moving away. It may be sorrowful journey. Um, just like with the death, it's not going to be hard to leave everything behind, but it can be very, very rewarding because it's full of possibilities. Um, so that's pretty much what that is. The height, the mountain that you have to climb to get there, the shore, that water emotion. Um, it's really going to hit you hard. And did I get this reverse? So you may be forced into a situation where you're going to have to move. If we don't take action when it calls to us, you're basically just going to have to go anyways. So if you can't do it before this card comes, it's going to come at you and you're going to have to deal with it. Maybe even harder if you don't start now. So this Ten of Pentacles is a great card. We got it face up, which we love to see. So this journey that you're going to embark on is really going to bring you that material wealth, that new career, that new way of working. This is all about celebration. Sometimes it can mean marriages or familial ties. Which I guess again ties into the Chariot, which is home. So I don't know if you're going to be doing this with other people or if this is just you feeling much more wealthy when you're put on this path and you're finally out of this rut, out of this way of thinking. Stop being foolish. So that's a great, great last card to see. It's not going to be an easy road, but it's a lot of promise. Okay, and let's see what's at the bottom here. Okay, so we got another Pentacles. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So Seven of Pentacles is, well, it's about not liking the life so much. Oh, here we go. Okay, this was the card I was talking about, being that defensive, like you've gotten this far, and now it's almost like you have too much to worry about or obsess about or protect. You kind of have to let go. We got the King of Wands reversed. King of Wands, Leo for sure. This is my card that I always draw. You see the lizard down there. They say the salamanders are the only ones in ancient times that could survive through fire, and those Leos, those lions, those dragons bring that fiery energy. So we don't like to see him reversed. He's not as strong when he's reversed. Okay, he feels like he's powerless. Any of the kings or queens when they're reversed, you have to realize what got you to that throne in the first place, and you do have that inner strength that you have to access again. So we've got to get out of these ways of thinking. This is worrying about the job, not satisfied with your current career, and maybe that's what's leading you on this new path. And this is just that defensive energy again. It's like you need to change, but you just can't seem to muster that strength. So if things just fall and they just push you on that path, that maybe is what's going to have to happen here. But do not fret, because here we go. Boom. Best card, hands down. The Magician, face up. Okay. He's enlightened. He can do and see all. It's very creative energy, so this pushing you in that direction is really going to light your fire. It's really going to help you express yourself and find that passion that you've been missing for a while now. Maybe that you've even been suppressing yourself and not realizing. that magician is going to reawaken you. Um, you've always had that infinity symbol. Leo has a strength card, and so you've always got that with you. But one is that starting over again. Um, these ones, these knights, these pages, all of this is like a rebirth, a death, the transformation card. This is really really big, but great change awaits. So he's the master of all four elements, and he comes right after the fool. So once we stop being foolish and take matters into our own hands, start being a little more action-oriented Aries, that lights the fire, then we can get closer to this. So just realize who you are, realize your strength, and don't give up. Okay, it's really good.